When you work towards your future goals, you need to remember that every future has a past. And right now, your present moment is your future's past. And every decision that you make is either building or breaking your future. Hi, my name is Evetterose, author and founder of Metaphysical Anatomy, which is a book of 679 medical ailments and also the hidden emotional messages behind them that we all share universally. And you can grab that on Amazon. And welcome to today's topic of how to make a decision. Now, especially in today's society, and here also we will be focusing on how to make emotionally healthy, strategic, and calculated decisions. Let's look first at what is a strategic decision. Now, this is when you need to make a decision that involves other people as well. And it might not necessarily be directly, but it could be that your decision actually has an influence on others. Or it could be that it's affecting your family, especially if it's a personal decision that you have to make. And this means that, for example, whatever your decision is, it might have an effect and impact on those closest to you. Now, as a leader in the family, for example, you might have to decide, for example, to move to another country because perhaps you received a really great job offer. However, this decision is now not just about you anymore. This impacts your family, right, and their life, and especially if you have children as well. So now here you are faced with making a strategic decision that will allow you now and everyone else to benefit. And the decision in this case might actually be perhaps very easy, right? You could say, yes, let's go. However, there are now more aspects to this decision that requires planning, calculating, analyzing the pros and the cons. And this is what I would call a crossroad decision, because that is exactly what it is. But then again, it also depends on the kind of impact that a new decision could have on your quality of life. And also, for example, now here the life of people that are now around you will also be affected. And how much that can influence now also your future and what you're trying to build for your future in the present moment. So talking about the present moment, right? Because this is where we live our day-to-day life. And we're always making decisions, big or small, with one eye focused on what is in front of us and also with the other eye focused on our future. Because let's face it, right? Most of our fantasies are actually based on future events. It's on dreams and goals that we have. Now we feel also normally the best possible outcome of that, coming from our heart's deepest desires. And what is important here is to remember that every future has a past. And how you live your life right now, in this very moment, is the foundational structure that you are building your future on. And that includes your attitude and your approach to your problems, right? Your level of motivation to create what you want as well. Because the motivation that you have behind your decision can actually either have a long-term or a positive and negative effect. I will use myself here as an example. When I need to make a decision, I first observe what is my motivation behind the decision. Is it, for example, with a positive intention or with a negative intention? Because this sets the emotional foundation of how the outcome of your decision is going to play out. Right? Is your motivation now tied to running away instinct? Or do you feel determined and confident? Now, if you feel like running away or if your motivation is based on fear, then of course it is important to explore why. Right? If it's a negative response, then you're either, for example, here now fearing making a mistake, which could also be a past memory that is now triggered from the past. And you're feeling fear and also dread associated now with all past memories that have been triggered by your current circumstances where you're now faced with having to make a decision. Now, this old memory and the emotions that come with it is now also pouring over into your present moment, right? And it's sabotaging now and clouding your judgment. And this is now a moment where you need to differentiate between the past and also the present moment. So in a situation like this, You also want to be aware of the fear or the emotional discomfort that you feel. Is what you feel, for example, a true threat to your future? Or is it a past emotional memory that you are revisiting? Because quite often, emotions and fears that resurface can be so strong that it actually stops you from making a decision. Right? Because your body is, for example, now not, or it doesn't recognize the difference between a past memory and a possible actual impeding threat. So you see, your body can actually biochemically react to a thought from the past relating to a decision that you made, perhaps that went bad or it went wrong and you made a mistake. And now your body is being reminded of that memory. And it's now causing the body to release stress hormones because it's reacting to this memory, recreating the emotional distress that you felt in the past. And now you're now bringing that subconsciously into the present moment. And then it's now having a very strong impact on your future. So here now, let's look at a chart that I created for you, and I invite you from here with me, and also to ask yourself some questions and to assess these circumstances better from a different perspective by asking yourself just the right questions. Now, I will discuss this with you, and don't worry about trying to write it all down. Right? The questions will be in the description bar of my YouTube channel at evetterose.com, just in case you're watching this on a different channel. Okay, guys, so let's start. What is the decision? What is your attitude towards this decision? What is your motivation for making this decision? How long will it take you to implement this decision? For example, does it have any negative effect on your ability to continue with other activities? And if the answer is yes, then come up with at least 5 possible solutions for this. Who will be affected by this decision and how? What will the outcome for the affected people be? Right? Weigh up the pros and cons. What will this decision immediately resolve in your life? What do you have to give up in your life if you make this decision? What will you gain if you make this decision? What will your life look like in 1 year's time after making this decision? And then what will your life look like in 5 years' time after making this decision? And here's a very important question. Very, very important question. What do you need to believe in yourself in order to make this decision with confidence? And then who challenged that positive belief that you need to have in yourself to make this decision with confidence? So now here, what you can do is, based on the answer that you just wrote down here, whoever it is that challenged that positive resource, that positive self-belief in you, I would strongly recommend that you can go through my free guided healing session. It's at guidedhealingsession.com, and then resolve that block. Or you can go through my free disconnection process, which is on my YouTube channel as well, and disconnect from this person or people that you feel that had a negative effect on your self-belief and also on your identity and your ability and capacity to build a strong and positive future for yourself. So guys, that is a wrap, and thank you so much for all these great questions. Keep asking me these wonderful questions, and until next time, be the light that you are.
Hi guys, thank you for joining me, and remember to grab your copy of Metaphysical Anatomy on Amazon, 679 medical ailments. And I also wrote about the psychosomatic root causes of that, and I'm spoiling it because I even added key points for you to start looking at important questions that you can ask yourself to start improving your quality of life. And also remember to catch me on Instagram, evetterose, 1 with the digit 1, and Metaphysical Anatomy on our Facebook fan page. Bye guys!